Top of the morning to you. Nicholas here from Ireland. This is where we're staying. It's a bloody lovely house. Really nice. We're off to do the Ring of Kerry, so I thought I'd take you with me. Hope you enjoy it. It's a bit misty and damp, but the weather looks alright. I don't think it's going to be raining. Turn it round, I don't like gravel. Whoop whoop woo! Old Mother Hunt had a rough cut punt, not a rough cut punt, not a punt cut rough, but a rough cut punt. Old Mother Hunt had a rough cut punt, not a punt cut rough, but a rough cut punt. Oh. 'Twas brillig, and the slithy toves did gyre and gimble in the wable. Mimsy were the borogroves, and the mome raths outgrabe. Beware the jabberwock, my son, the claws that bite, the jaws that catch. Beware the jub bird, and shun the frumious bandersnatch. He took his vorpal sword in hand, long time Manx's own foe he sought, and rested he by the tum-tum tree, and stood a while in thought. And as in uffish thought he stood, the jabberwock with eyes of flame came whiffling through the tolgy wood, and burbled as it came. 1, 2, 1, 2, and through the vorpal blade went snicker-snack. He left it dead, and with its head he went galumphing back. Oh, hast thou slain the jabberwock? Come to my arms, my beamish boy. Oh, frabjous day, calloo callay, he chortled in his joy. 'Twas brillig, and the slithy toves did gyre and gimble in the way, but all mimsy were the borogroves, and the mome raths outgrabe. I just thought I'd share that with you. So yeah, whoop whoop whoop. We're in southwest Ireland, and we're about to go up the west coast towards Kerry, and we're doing what is called the Ring of Kerry, which is a circular route of about 160 miles. It's meant to be very nice, rugged, scenic, and some sights to see as well. So I've got my drone in the top box here. We'll be doing a bit of dronage, a bit of aerial photography, aerial video, which I will share with you. Yes. Vlogging for me is just a way really of being able to log my experiences, and not everyone has the privilege of, I suppose, of being able to do this sort of thing. Perhaps you're physically unable, or some people have financial restrictions. I do consider myself fortunate really to very fortunate. I don't take it for granted that I can afford to do this. But you don't need a very expensive modern bike to be able to do it. Oops. Oh. Sometimes it does that if you stall it. Gets a bit confused. Yeah, I had a 1200 GS before. Do exactly the same thing on that, and it was an old 2006. I liked it. It was less power than this, but it was enough, and I could keep up with guys on 1250s on it. It's just a lot of it is your ability. I wouldn't say how big your balls are, but it's knowing your bike and knowing what you can actually do with it. Going fast isn't necessarily about stupidity or going quick. It's about knowing what your bike can do and knowing your own abilities. I'm not as fast a rider as I used to be years ago. I think I've definitely calmed down. I think more of the consequences, what could happen. Oh, I could have took my panniers off, but anyway, I'll run. Oh yes, I've run out of things to say now for a minute. I could blather on. Yeah, we had a good night. We stayed in really. I went to the shop and bought some groceries and some beers, and the lads watched a film and I edited the video from last night, day one. I'll do another one tonight. Yeah, it was nice. Slept okay, on and off, even though it was a more comfortable bed. I don't know why, I just couldn't really get comfortable. Started to feel a bit achy. See, I'm not as young as I was. I'm 61 years old now, and I've had a hip replaced, as you might be aware of, and the other one's also a little bit achy. Just part of getting old, really. But, managed the last 2 days. We've done over 400 miles, and I'm starting to feel it a little bit. We all are. We're all getting older. Me, Malcolm, and Jess. But I don't want to stop riding. I think, do it. Well, I want to do it for as long as I can. It's not just about the length of your life, is it? It's about the quality of your life. Doing the things we enjoy. I love motorcycling. It's not the be all and end all, but I do enjoy it, and I enjoy the camaraderie, the friendship that goes with it. Me, Malcolm and Jez, we've known each other for a long time. We're old friends. It takes a long time to grow old friends. We don't always see eye to eye. Everyone has a threshold, don't they? A tolerance threshold. We do get on each other's tits a bit, but when we're on the bike, wow, I'm sure I don't get on their tits. Too perfect. I know I can be irritating. But when you're on the bike, you're sort of on your own, you're in your own world, and it gives you time to have that space that you need. And then when we stop for coffee, we talk about what we've experienced on that particular section of a ride. Sometimes talk about our personal dramas and difficulties. But we're there for one another. I think that's the main thing. We're there for one another. We listen. I think sometimes by listening to others, it gives them the opportunity to put things in perspective, and that can be helpful. And also offer a little bit of feedback on perhaps what we might do in the same situation. But generally I find people don't always take advice, but it gives them another option. I think we've all got the emotional, mental resources to overcome whatever life throws at us. I really believe that. Sometimes we need to be a little bit brave. Sometimes we need to be patient. I think that's a big one. You don't always have to try and fix everything. Things and situations are always in a state of flux and changing, so whatever difficulty we might be experiencing right now might not be the same tomorrow or next week. It won't. Things do change. Certainty is the only certainty actually that we will experience change. It's good in a way. It means we won't be stuck in that rut. I think sometimes that is worse. It's like being in a situation that never changes. Can't think of anything worse. In some ways we crave stability and solidity, but it becomes a prison. Ooh, this is nice. That's another good thing about when you're on a bike and you're travelling, you know, you can be lost in thought and then all of a sudden you see something which wakes you up, brings you into the present moment. Could be a speed camera van. It could be a beautiful lake or coastal view or sunset or a bird or a squirrel or a car pulling out in front of you. Oh, the smell. Smell the seaweed of the loch or inlet. That's one thing I can't share with you. I can just tell you that it smells seaweedy. Look at that. Glad to be back on the bike again. Nice. Right, I'm going to stop blathering on. I think that's a Scottish term, isn't it? I'm going to stop blathering on. I'm going to shut up for a little while. Woo, look at that. It's hard to know when to turn the camera off. And I will see you shortly.